Hey everyone, welcome to JTV Extra. I'm Sandra Younger. And before we go on, I just want to let our friends in Florida know that they are in our thoughts because I haven't been able to check the news today, but I did talk to Laura Lee and she said that, I emailed her and she said that everything seemed to be okay. So just to let you guys know that you are in our prayers. Anyway, today's lesson is going to be very interesting because I'm going to be showing you how to make how to properly size a photo so that it fits, in a pendant like this. And honestly, the way that I've seen it done in the past, people take like their piece of glass or they try to cut a circle around a photo that they already have, and as you know, it never actually fits. And then I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to put the pendant on the cord. Anyway, if this is your first time here on this platform, you can shop, you can share, you can click on that like button. And also, if you click on any of the items on the right-hand side of the screen, you can get, more in-depth, information on it. And also, another thing I want to talk about is the JTV Customer Appreciation event starts in, let's see what we have here. It starts in 2 days. Guys, this will be Saturday, October 12th. So that is today's Thursday, Friday, day after tomorrow. And it's going to run through Monday, October 14th. So definitely check it out because there are like tons of classes and giveaways and just all sorts of things. And here are just some of the instructors, aside myself, Susan Thomas, Laura, we have Katie Smith, Meredith Roddy, Rita, Wyatt, Sabrina. So definitely check out it's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully when my segment airs, I will be, live to answer any questions that, you guys might have. And anyway, let me tell you what is the products that are available on today's show, and then we'll do our customer appreciation. And then I'm going to show you just a short video that I made using Photoshop because I recorded the steps. So that way, even if you learn one little thing, because it's invaluable, because I tell you, when you're making these kind of pendants and you have a vision, nothing is worse than not being able to get the picture that you want into the frame. But anyway, here are the products that are on today's show. Okay, our first item is the Knotty-Do-It-All. Guys, this is the ultimate cord knotting and design tool. It is rock solid. And it is available in the travel size and then the bigger size. And the travel size is about half the size of the larger board. But you know what? You can make a mega board just having both of them side by side. And each set comes with hardware. And the interesting thing about the pins and the clips is that you can reconfigure in so many different ways. And I've got so many lessons. And the DVD and the ebook, the DVD has the basic lessons, but everything is available online. You get all the premium instructions, and you get a password that gives you access to all the lessons. But as an added bonus, if you click on my website at the JTV, on my homepage, you click on there, and I have all the lessons that I've done since I've started doing the JTV Extra show, and they're over 50. This is just a handful of them, but there are so many lessons, and this board just makes everything so easy, right, guys? Those of you down below that are watching the show, doesn't it make everything just so much easier? And then, okay, I have to go on to some other product before I get overheat from excitement because I just love that tool. We have this Miyuki size bead nylon beading thread. This thread is so pretty. The color of it, because it was on, we had a different color on last week's show, and I'm dying. I have not used it, but I know that it will make the most incredible ladder bracelet because of it's how thin it is and how beautiful the color is. And this is a 50 meter spool, which is about 50 yards. And then the next item is this the designer toggle clasp in 3 designs, and the rose comes in both the bronze tone and the silver. But look at the one, I like the third one from the left. I think that's my favorite. I think it's so pretty. And you do get 36 clasps in total. Ooh, this is really interesting. There are so many of these, the focals. It says here foundation for enameling, but guys, don't let that scare you. You can use these for resin. And what I'm using it for today is like making a photo pendant. And I'm going to show you guys how to size down any photo. And the inside of these is 1 inch, which is equivalent to 25 millimeters. And I've tested every single one of them, and they're all 1 inch. So you could even put like a coin in there. I mean, I found a 25 millimeter coin from China, and it fit. So the sky's the limit. You're limited by just your imagination, So, and then the next item is the malachite, and I'm using the let's see, we have the 468. I'm using the 6 millimeter today. And you know what I like about these? They're very hard and shiny and uniform. And I looked up malachite because I like to look up different gemstones to see what kind of like healing properties that they have. And this is supposed to be to bring peace and calmness, and is supposed to ward off negativity. So I think that's that's good. I can live with that. Malachite. And then the next item is, these are emeralds. I tell you guys, everything's green today. Green, green, green. The emeralds, these are 5 to 8 millimeter graduated and round. And I can tell you they are smooth. And the length is about 15 to 16 inches. And that's everything. These are all the items that are on today's show. So if you don't have a board, ooh, get one. You'll love it. You could like join like our crazy gang here because we have so much fun. All right, guys, that is everything. You know what I was thinking? Those pendants, these guys, they would also make really cute like little Christmas ornaments. You could put like a little bow on the top and maybe like a wire, just like hang them in your tree. They're just, some people are like, oh, why are you wearing your cat around your neck, or your kid or whatever. But for some reason, I really have an immense like for like personalized things. I don't know. It's just a me thing. Anyway, we got some fantastic like submissions on today's show, and we got one crazy necklace. And wait till you guys see this. This is like amazing, and it was sketched out. Oh, watch this. Okay, first up we have Sarah, North Carolina. Welcome back, Sarah. We missed you. Everyone was wondering like what happened to Sarah. So I hope Sarah's back today. You know what? I was looking at these beads. These are like so cool. What are those? I've never seen anything like them. Are those like seeds like that are drilled, or are they actual like some kind of ceramic beads? But I think these are really cool. And this is a macrame. Very, very nice. And I love that button, by the way. And then next we have, let's see, who do we have next? Oh boy, Lisa from, guys, is it Quebec or Quebec? I don't know. Quebec. Just let me know in the comments. But look at all this stuff. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. I love that bracelet with the peridot on the far left and the earrings. This is crazy. I love everything here. So beautiful. But we do have a close-up of a couple of these items, which look at that bracelet. It's so colorful. I was showing this to my niece, and she just like loved that bracelet. And she never really made jewelry before, but now she's like completely, totally interested. She loves color. Very, very nice. Thank you, Lisa. Love it. And next we have Laura Lee, Florida. Girl, we know our prayers are with you. We know that hurricane is like heading straight for you. Like, gosh, I know that she emailed me and said that she was making jewelry waiting for the hurricane. But this is last week's lesson, and it came out really, really nice. I know that my version, I mean, I know that, and I did mention the beads that I used were too big, but this is like way prettier and balanced. Very, very nice. And next we have Mary, Michigan. Oh boy. Okay, guys, this is going to be a long one. Okay, this is unbelievable. I have never seen a necklace as intricate as this. I mean, this looks, we have, I've got some like close-ups of like everything here. So I'll just like go through all the slides, but okay. So here are the earrings and look at this. I'm just like, I have no idea like what I'm even looking at. I know this is like a triple strand macrame bracelet, and look at the leather work. It's so, so pretty. Then, okay, here we have a close-up of both the front. Look at the bail. Holy smokes. That is just incredible. I could see evenly spaced knots. I could see just knots. It looks like there's some maybe crochet in there and spiral macrame. And then you've got some evenly spaced knots. And then it's so cool how the back part transitions into the, I forgot which technique that was. That was like maybe 4 or 5 shows ago, but very, very nice. And it gets even more interesting because she actually sketched it out before she made it. That is unbelievable. I can't sketch anything to save my life. The only person I know of that can actually sketch something and make it look like what they actually made is my friend Bridget. I mean, just amazing. And it's called rendering, by the way. So beautiful, incredible, impressive. And next we have Laura Lee. Oh, I love this necklace. It's so calming to look at. It's just so beautiful. And I like that pendant. Is that okay, I'm gonna guess it's either mother of pearl or carved bamboo. I don't know. You let me know. But I love it. It's got the knotted pearls. And let's see, the macrame slide knot, and I see some braiding in there. Beautiful. And next, Rhonda, Colorado. Now, Rhonda was telling me that she was having trouble with her hands, and you did a fantastic job, Rhonda. I mean, this came out really, really nice. So, I mean, hope your hand is feeling better. And then Mary, Michigan. Whoa. She actually used the Knotty-Do-It-All to make this wire wrapped bracelet. I've never seen anything like this. This is like incredible. So I guess it's another use for the this tool is to like hold your wire while you are doing this. Guys, and don't even ask me for a lesson on this because I have no clue how this is done, but I think it's like amazing. Wow. And next we have Sarah, North Carolina. I love the barrel knot. And God, these beads, they look like little planets to me. So I think this is really, really nice. This is totally something I would wear because I just love blue, especially with the brown. Very, very nice combo. And then next, Laura Lee, Florida. Okay, I think this was actually her her hurricane necklace. This is what she made while she was waiting for the storm to blow in. But look at that, those rondelles with the pearls, and then I remember those beads, the pumpkin beads that were on the show a few shows back. And one thing that I really like is that you can wear it like as a bracelet and a necklace. And I really, really like that. So very, very nice. And then next we have Sarah, North Carolina. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna guess, Sarah, that this was like the moose nut on the end, and then you kind of like pull them together so they meet in the middle. I don't know if I might have done a lesson like this like months ago, but it came out really, really nice. And I like how you added the chain in there. Very pretty. It kind of looks like a Tiffany. Well, I guess it is a Tiffany style bracelet. Beautiful. And next, Rhonda, Colorado. Now, these are the knots that Rhonda said that she had a hard time with, but If you told me you had a hard time, I would never guess. And these are these beads. They really caught my eye. They are it's opalite, because I noticed like they were like a transparency sort of, maybe like a semi-opaque, but I really like that. Very, very pretty, and I love the African trade bead. So this came out really nice, and I like how you used one of the beads as a button. So that's really, really pretty. And see, next we have, ooh, Mary, Michigan. I had done these after that show using check glass drops because someone was mentioning they were wondering what they would look like with drops. I love it. And you know what's so interesting? I like those little swirlies on your on the briolets. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I do not know how to do that. I mean, I have some very basic wire wrapping skills, but that looks really cool. And I just like how on the bar you got those wire wrap that going. It's very nice. This came out really, really, really cool. And then last we have Sarah, North Carolina. This is a pearl, and this is just the double coil knot. It's like an X. See, because if you notice to the top left of the button, if you triple it, that's a triple coil. But if you just do 2 wraps, it looks like an X. So cute. I like the little X. Thank you, Sarah. Very, very pretty. And guys, if you have anything you want to submit, just email it to me at knotty-do-it-all@gmail.com, and preferably Tuesday before the show. So anyway, so back to me. Wasn't that fantastic? Oh, you guys are just like so talented. Okay, now for this lesson, I'm gonna, I just want to explain a couple of things, but then I'll play the little Photoshop tutorial that I made. But basically, what you do is, and this will work in Canva. You could do it in Affinity. You could do it in Photoshop, old versions of Photoshop, because this is like a pretty basic thing. But it's like, not too many people know that you can do this. So you make a 1-inch circle, just make it black, but then you're able to like put the picture embedded in the circle, and then you can like stretch it out or shrink it down, which makes it perfect. So that way you can get the part of the picture that you want in the frame. And I'm going to show you that right now. This is really interesting. And even if you don't have that like Photoshop, at least it'll give you the idea, because it is something that almost every image editing program can do. So here is the okay, so the program that I'm using is Photoshop 2024, but any version of Photoshop will do this. So here are the 2 pictures that I am going to turn into perfect 1-inch circles. And so what you want to do first is go to File, New, and you're going to make, if you're printing like a 4x6, then you choose a 4x6, but I know that most photo papers these days comes in the 8.5 by 11. So if you're printing an 8.5 by 11, you would pick that size. But for this tutorial, I'm going to choose a 4x6 because that is the photo paper size that I'm using. And just make sure that it is a 300 pixels per inch. And then you just click on Create. Now, what we need to do to get our perfect circles, we need to put like a graph paper type thing. So we're going to make a grid. And to make sure it's the right size, you go over here to where it says Photoshop, and then you go to Settings. And then you're going to scroll down to where it says Guides Grid. That's what we want, the grid and slices. So this Preferences panel will appear. And then right where it says grid, it says grid line every 1 inches, subdivision 1. Those are the numbers you want in there. So then you just click OK. Now to see your grid, you go to View up here, View, and Show, and then it'll say grid. And if you'll notice, there's a keyboard shortcut, which on a Mac is the command and the apostrophe. But it'll show up if you're using Windows as well. So we're going to click on that, and there is our grid, and it's got the 1-inch squares. And So if you click on command and the apostrophe, it'll disappear. So you can like get it to like show and like disappear. And so the next thing we need to do is make a 1-inch circle. So let me zoom in. And the tool that you want is it's a shape tool. If you look on your little tool panel here, you just go down to this one here. You might have like a triangle in there, but if you hold it down, you hold your mouse down, you pick the ellipse tool. And then once you come back to your canvas or your picture, you'll see that you've got those little crosshairs. So you want to line it up. You can use any of the squares. It doesn't matter because we just need to make one circle. So you hold your mouse down and the shift button. So that will make the circle like perfect, just like that. And then you click return, and there you have it. Oops. It still has those little, if you see those, that square around there, just you can go up on the top and it says show transform controls. You can click that off and it'll disappear. So we don't need those. And we don't need the grid anymore. So remember the command and the apostrophe. Just click that, and now I'm going to zoom out. And there I have my 1-inch circle. And the way to get the picture in there, so I'm going to click on this picture. I'm going to drag it over. And the command that you want is you go to layer, and there's going to be one called clipping. Remember clip, it's the only thing in there that has the word clip in there. Create clipping mask. And then when you do that, see how it basically put the picture inside the circle. So now what we need to do is like transform that. So you can like come back over here and click up show transform controls. And now we are going to start to shrink it down. So there, let's make it smaller. And I'm going to twist it a little bit, and I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, I'm going to use my arrows to on the keyboard to kind of like, okay, I think that's good. I'm going to click return, and there we have it. And at this point, it's still like, see how I can move it? So what you want to do to make it just like all one like piece, on the layers panel over here, select both of them like with your shift button. So I have both of them selected, and then you go to layer, and then now we need to merge them. So over here it says merge layers. So once you click that, this is it's just one like piece. So what I like to do, just to make things easier, I'll duplicate this layer. So I'm going to go to layer up here on the top, and then I'm going to duplicate it just like that. I'll click OK. And then see, so when I drag it, it's made a copy. So I'm going to take this next picture. I'm going to put it on top of that one, and I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to make that clipping mask. So I'm going to go to layer, find that create clipping mask, and click that, and see how it's in there. And now I'm going to tell it to right up here, show the transform controls. So that way I can, and it's big. I mean, you can see down here that the transform controls are like way off the canvas. So if you stretch it out, you can just start to shrink it and drag it over. And then let's see, let's get it nice and like perfect. And you don't want the head cut off, or just, nice and like. Okay, so now we want that one to be like one layer. So hide this one, because I don't know, in Photoshop it has a tendency of just like, if you merge layers, it'll merge everything. So if you just select those two and then go to layer, merge layers, it turns that into 1. And then you can like show that one again. And so now we have our 4x6. And let's say you could either keep, using that same process where you duplicate the layer and then continue to use your clipping mask to like add new pictures, or let's say you're making several of the same. And it doesn't have to be pictures of people. Let's say you want like a picture of a dog or a tree or something, and you want to make like multiples of the same thing. Then you would just like make them like all exactly the same. And let's make a couple. Let's make a couple of more. Okay, duplicate. Okay, and then on this one, I'll duplicate that one as well. Duplicate a layer. So now you have 3 of them. And now the only thing you have to do is print it. And remember, so I know that like if you're using an 8.5 by 11, then when you go to you go to File, Print, you'll just need to let your Photoshop know that that's the size, because right now it says right here, it says it thinks that it's going to print to an 8.5 by 11, but you could just go to Print Settings and then change this to the 4x6, and then it'll switch it, and then you just print it. And then I'm going to show you the best way. I mean, there are a few ways to cut them, but I came up with one that just made it so much easier and that everything just fit better. So I'll show you that next. Anyway, so this is what it looks like once it's printed. Oh, and I know that probably some of you are like, oh my God, what are she talking about? But once you watch the video a few times, and the thing is, you can use this for like any image editing software program, and just think about it. You can do ovals, you can do like squares. Like let's say if you have like a pendant that has like a square, it's exactly the same thing, except you just change the shape. It's such a like powerful like thing to know, because I'm sure at one point in your life, you're going to need to like resize an image to a very specific size. And guys, that's the way it's done. And the only reason I know how to do this is because I used to work on yearbooks, and, we did a lot of, like graphic design and layout. So, I mean, and plus I've been, using a Photoshop for years. But anyway, so once you print it, this is what you get. And I am not, guys, I tell you, I'm not one of those people that can just like cut a perfect circle. So what I did, and I tried different things, and what seemed to work for me is like I cut it like segments like this, like right up to the edge, in like a group of 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. And then I just came in and just, the arc that you have to cut is like a lot smaller. For some reason, for me, that just like made it like so much easier, and it seemed to like fit every single time. Because even if it's just like slightly off, it's not going to fit, and you're going to have to go back and tweak and tweak and tweak, and then you're going to have a problem because it's not going to fit anymore. So there is that. And then what so you could just put that in there like that. Look how cute that is. Adorable. And let's see, I don't know, owl, or I don't know, let's do the round one. And the glue that I use, okay, and I'm almost finished with this part of it, then we'll get to the necklace part. 'Cause, I just want, if you, because I figured if you're going to buy these, you might as well like know, how to use them. Okay, so a couple of things. See, this one here, like, has like that like bump, and I knew that it had it, and I meant to, like, after I put the glue and everything, to like put it, like try to level it, but I forgot. So what ended up happening, and you can use anything, like just like a you see how I have just that part off, because otherwise it's going to be like this, and then this thing, if you're putting a glass thing on there, it's going to slide. So, And that happened to one of these pendants. I think, was it this one? Oh no, my kitty. See how it just like got like completely like off track. And oh, I was so bummed out. And it's because, I didn't like level it. And this what the glue that I used was this Gorilla Glue. So I just put like I just like dabbed some on the background. Let's see. Just you don't need much because the more you put, the longer it's going to take to dry. And I don't know what the weird like juju was, but I had made one of these, and then you press it in there. That looks good, and then you put some on the glass. Now I'll tell you what I'm talking about in a minute because I did try one of these using a UV cure resin, and the problem, I don't know why it just didn't work. I mean, you'd think it would have worked, but it just didn't. So let me zoom out a bit. So you just get some like on the glass there. Make sure there are no bubbles, I guess, and then just gently press it on. See, I'm not and then just let it go. And because the thing is, I felt like the contact wasn't like good enough. So yesterday when I made this one, I squished it down and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be the boss of you. And I like squished it, and then it came out worse than any of them. It looks, see that weird, like, I don't know what that is, but it did not come out too good. Anyway, so you just put it aside and just like check it every like, I think this one's going to be fine, but just make sure that it doesn't move, and just put it somewhere flat, and then you just like wait. But they are like really cute, and that is how you make them. So if you got anything out of that segment, it's like how to resize your pictures to make a pendant, so that way you can add it to like a knotted piece. Anyway, before we go much further, you guys are just like Tess Bar. Oh, thank you for joining the show. We have Gina, Pat. Hello, Patricia. Okay, Quebec. Thank you. We have Robin, Gina. Let's see. Who else we got? Christy. You know what, Christy? We missed you. Everyone was wondering, like, what happened to Christy? So Christy's back in the house. And let's see. Oh, Mary. Oh, so talented. Kathleen. Hello. And someone asked me something, and I am so glad Laura Lee is here. And guys, I know I was looking at the news, and it said that Margaritaville had been hit hard, and we know that Debbie is in Margaritaville, so let's like send some love and prayers to Debbie and hope that she's okay. So let's see. All right. Let's see. Now we have someone asked something. Something about my necklace. It's a crocheted Hishi pearls, or Hishi, whatever they're called. I could never remember because it seems like, I mean, every like month a new name for stuff comes out. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But so what I did, this technique is very adaptable. You can use either silk or nylon. This one I used a nylon, and on this one I use silk, and honestly they feel the same. But the only thing that I recommend is don't use size 12, use size 10, because on this one I used the size 12, and let me tell you guys, I was like barely, like when it's like it's too tight, the beads were dragging, but it wasn't so bad. But I thought, what, next time I do it, I'm going to use the size 10. So that's what I'm using here. And what I did is you just leave like a 4-inch like segment. Oh, before I even say anything, when you take this off the card, for those of you that do not know this trick, it's got all those kinks in it because, it's been on the card. Use a flat iron. A flat iron will get rid of those kinks. So here's the, I don't have my flat iron here, but see that? That is like, it's a problem. So if you flat iron to the rescue, I set mine at like around 400, or you can even do 450 because since you're moving it back and forth like this, it's not gonna, I mean, if you hold it in one spot for like a long time, it might. But let's see. Items, yes, Mary, that is so true. Otherwise, parts will not cure. Yeah, okay, I'll tell you the problem I had with the resin. And okay, the deal was I had glued the picture in, and I waited 24 hours, and then I did the UV, and for some reason it just like it bowed, and then it just whoop, popped out, and I didn't know if I wasn't using the right glue, or there's got to be something with the glue that I used to adhere the picture that was the problem. But when I saw that, I was like, it should have worked, but it didn't. So I was really bummed out. So anyway, I'm using this Beadalon knotter to space the beads, and it's so actually very easy. And I have this I don't know, just clipping this to the board just makes doing that whole knotting thing, because I like to come over here and see how easy it is. You just like just fold it over, and then let me just get this in this hand here. I like drag this knot over and just real gently. It's not like violent, because when I first started like using this tool, I was like, I don't know what was wrong with me. So I just kind of like wiggle it. And I don't use this thing because, you need some serious hand strength. So I just like use my fingers and just like make it like an L. See that? And I just pop this part up and just slide it off and just tighten that knot down. It does such a, oh, you know what, Susanna, you can get those like at a craft store. Those are perfect. Like places to get, these kinds of, those kind of glass things. Just real gentle. This is not, I don't know what is wrong with me. I remember like when I was like, "Arr, arr," like just like death grip, but it's just, real gentle. And then one thing I like to do is take the next bead and just boom, really tighten it down. And then does that, okay, then do 2-part resin over the picture. Yeah, you know what, Mary? Yes, the 2-part will work because, okay, let me stop for a second and touch on that because it's really important. If I had used a 2-part resin instead of glue, it would have worked, because imagine, I'm sure we've all done this where we're using a paintbrush and we don't want it to dry out, so we stick it in a plastic bag and we seal it, wait a few hours before we drag it back out again. That photo paper is like plastic, and then you're putting it on metal, and then when you put them together, there's really no way for that to dry unless you wait like probably 2 weeks. But a 2-part resin is a chemical like reaction. You don't need like air because it's chemical, and that will like once you put but I don't know. I don't like the 2-part because I feel like I'm in a time crunch and you're like mixing it and you're stressed out and then you go, oh, you know what I'm saying? There's definitely like advantage and disadvantage to like both of them. I guess you just got to find the middle ground. I don't know. But I think maybe if you're doing a lot of like the resin ones, then it's fine. But I get nervous. I start like panicking and like just like, I don't know, just kind of like freaking out, like it's going to dry, it's going to get hard. But anyway, so back to this here. So I'm gonna just pull this gently. See that? And when I say gentle, it's like I'm holding a feather. Because I tell you, before I was just like, it's just. Let's see, prayers and blessings for Robin's. Oh my goodness, is Robin's brother okay? Oh. And then I'm just going to come back in here and just flip this over. And honestly, I use this just to like just put it on the side there and just use my fingers to tighten it. So if you guys don't have one of these tools, they're really really handy. And this is adjustable. And what I really like is like how sharp the needle is. I mean, because to get you know, a knot, like really close up, especially if you're using like thinner cord, a sharp needle is like, you know, really important. So that is like, you just keep doing that. And you know what? I'm going to make this one a short one. Okay, so 17. Okay, that's perfect. So you do all your knotting. On this one, I made it like a double. So that way, and that the double, it looks really nice on. And I mean, you know, I would show it to you, but it's not going to come out green. See, this is green, but this is not going to be green because I'm on a green screen and nothing green shows. But it is a double and it looks really pretty. So, and I'll tell you like how long this is in case you guys want to make a double, but it's got a lot of like the length is, okay, this one's 35 inches long, but not including this part. So, but that's gonna like vary depending on like how short or long you like your necklaces to lay. And the nice thing is you could just try it on. I mean, that's what I do. I just like, you know, I knot a few, then I try it on and I'm like, all right, that looks good. And then I stop. So I'm gonna stop here because I want this one to be a single. So I'm gonna come in here and cut. And one thing that you can do, maybe I should show that. Now I'll stick to the program here. I've always liked the idea of like adding a toggle. Maybe I should do that. Because this one's actually easy. You know, I'm just gonna like explain. Okay, it's a little bit strange because when I make this, to me, the important thing is, okay, when you add this part to the toggle, that these two beads are like even. Let's see. See that? And I've made a necklace like this where I, you know, after I did the knotting, I used moose knots and it's just like always like crooked. But one thing that you can do is you can make the necklace like a two-part. You could start in the front and then in the back add like a connector or something. So that way, then you know what? I'll show you that. Let's do that. Just so you know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna do like a little short one here. This is really, really useful because I think the moose knot looks better than like all the other knots for this. So let's get. All right, we're gonna connect the clasp. Yeah, but you know, I've never, I mean, I've been able to do it like maybe once or twice, get those, the beads like really nice and straight, but I did not, it was terrible. It was just so much work and I had to keep doing it over and over. And you'll see, I'm going to show you right now what I'm talking about. So I'm going to like tie this. I'm going to go 3. I'm going to put this in here and pull this through. All right, I'm going to take this out and tighten. Okay. And you know what? I'll do the moose knot, I can't even talk. Moose knot close up. So on this one, I'm going to cut it off. Let's cut that off. Okay, and I'll put like three beads. Okay, there's 3, and then I'm going to cut this. See how I would do like a two-sided. Okay, now this one, I'm going to get the other part of the clasp, which is the bar, and then put that on. And it looks, I've made a lot of pieces that have like where it does connect them, and it looks really, really nice. And so let's do this one, 1, 2, pull this out, and then feed this through. And there you go. Do you guys see what I'm doing here? And I like, and the thing is, this is going to be the front part of the necklace. That's why when you bring it together, oops, like this. Okay, this is what you need to do. Okay, you need to pull. Okay, this actually this evolution of this lesson actually turned out really good because this is how you do it. Because you need to pretend like the pendant is already on there and that you have the toggle like tied. How do we okay, so just like that. See that? And see how these two knots, they're like they're not like even, but you can make the knots in the beads even. So what you do is you just let's get a scrap of like cord here. Okay, I'm gonna put this in here. Let's clip this in. Okay, and you want to make sure that you're you pull them nice and snug, because remember when you put that toggle on, it you want your like beads, regardless of these knots, you want the beads to start to be even. So what I'm going to do is, just to get it started, this is what I do. I put an overhand knot on this side and then an overhand knot on that side. And then I take, it could be like a knotting awl or anything like that. And then see how I'm getting them even? Let's make sure. See that? Then you want to like pull them apart a little bit, and let's scoot it down some more. Right there. Okay, so perfect. And then when you come back, so you're done. Now you could take this off. You could take these apart, and then you could start doing your knotting, because you know now that when you come back and connect those beads, I'm just gonna do this with a knotting awl. Let's see, where's my awl? I'll just do one here, just so you guys could see what I'm talking about. And then, after you do like all your like knotting, you'll have two loose ends in the back. And you can go back and use a connector to put those two. So see how I did this? So now after I do all my knotting and then I put my pendant on, see how the beads are even. Regardless of the fact that, your moose knots are crooked, the beads are straight. And that is the way when I make stuff to sell. That's one of my favorite ways to do it. But another way that you can do it is you could fold the ends over, which I'm going to do here. Let's see, what clasp should I use? Let's try this one. I'm going to try this one out. And this is pretty like straightforward and simple. So you put the clasp in, and then you just fold it, just about like that. And then this one's weird. Okay, let's put a scrap of cord in here. So that way we can hold this like that and clip. And for this, let's get that even. And what I really like about, I know I sound like a broken record, but I just love this tool so much. I use it every single day for like something, even if it's like today, I'm using like very little of it, but all the different things you can do, like the tassels, and it just never ends. It's just like, it's like having like 6 extra hands. So I'm going to come in here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to like macrame this part in here. Top, bottom. And you could, every time I do these little macrame segments, I think of Christy, because she uses like all those really cute like beads on the outside. So that is another thing that you can do. Just like check some of those out. And also, in case you guys did not know, On my website under the JTV tab, I do, if you scroll down to the bottom, I've got some like inspirational pieces that you guys have sent in like over the year. And so if you need like reference or just, you know how sometimes you want to make something and you're just not sure like what you're going to make, that is a great place to get some inspiration. So let's do this side. This thing is it like not working? All right, you know what? I'm going to use a lighter, which, oh, no. Let me grab my handy thread melter. These things are so handy. Oh my God, how am I doing on time? 10 minutes. Oh, let's see if I can finish this other side. Okay, so, okay, this is importante. You know, I try to have as few melt spots as possible when I'm like finishing the ends. So since this is like so like tightly macrameed in there, you don't need to put a melt spot. So I just like pull it like, and then I just come in with some sharp scissors. I lied. These are not sharp, but you want to use a sharp scissors so that way you get a really nice clean cut. So let's do this side. And now we are going to like even them up. So, and you know, the interesting thing is you could either put the cord here or, you know what, we could do that. You could like, you know, put your pendant on this side or this side. It doesn't matter. Let's just try this one. Let's see what happens. Why not? And the interesting thing is when you come back in, oh, where's my scrap? I don't want to run out of time. I mean, I think if anything, I mean, this is probably the one thing that I really wanted to show today was how to do this. Okay, so now what you do is you just get, oh, that is not my, let me get another scrap because that one was kind of like sliding and you don't want that. Where are you? Let's, whoops. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here. Put that. I'm going to clip this and turn it. And when I come to clip this, I'm going to use this side as a reference, that other side. But I'm going to put the toggle in. Very important. Let's get that in. See that? And then you want to, can you guys see that? So I'm going to like slide this down so the beads, see that right there? That is where I'm going to like clip this right here. And then I'm going to macrame that segment. Because yeah, I don't know. I made a necklace one time and, you know, it was so pretty. And I did the moose knot, and for some reason, that just bugged me. It was driving me crazy. So let me get this side in here. And another thing that you can do, which, you know, I didn't have time, and I knew that I would run out of time, is you could actually like macrame the pendant onto to your clasp. Swelligant. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna like layers. You could also flip the item and cure the back. Oh, you guys just know so much about like stuff. Okay, and then I'm gonna finish this one. I'm gonna like look real quick, guys, to see if you have any questions. I don't recall withers. I don't know what swelligant is. I thought you were talking about me. I thought you were saying, oh, she's so swelligant. No, let's see. I'm sorry. Oh, oh, that makes me so sad. Like when pets, like these are perfect, guys. These are perfect for like little pet things. Oh my God. Oh, you know, I was also thinking maybe I could put like cement and then embed little things in there. I mean, there's just like so many cool things you can do. So let's see. I know Gina Swelligant. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, I'm going to pull this. Oops, let's zoom in. So you can see I pull and then clip. So that way it's like a nice clean cut. So hopefully I did this right, and when I put the pendant on, they'll be even. So we got that. All right, let's move this aside, and ta-ta. And I didn't, I would have used a bronzy toggle, guys, but I didn't have one, and I know it's not going to match, with this, but that's okay. I just wanted to show you like how. Let's see. Let me get a jump ring. You know what? I'll steal the jump ring from this guy. So the size jump ring that I used is let's find out, because I kind of sort of needed like a slightly larger than usual. I think it's a 10 millimeter. But that's gonna depend, of course, on. I'm not using the right tools for this. Okay. I know, okay, we're gonna have like a slight problem because I know that this is front facing and sideways facing, and I know I'm probably gonna have to put an extra jump ring. So just keep that in mind, that if it faces the wrong direction, you'll just have to put one more ring in there. I butchered that, but that is the worst. Do not, I don't know what happened to this ring, but let's see if we could fix it. Oh, there. Oh, I can't believe I did that. So you get the idea. So no, that is terrible. Oh, do not do what I am doing. Okay. So see that? See how it's even now? Did that actually work out? Oh, I think it did. Oh, it did, because they're both, this is front face. Oh, perfect. So that is how that is done. And the interesting thing to note is that even these two ends will be like, this one's a little bit longer than this side, but once you get it in here, it's going to hold. And normally, you have to be real careful when you choose to use toggles. If it is something that's lightweight, don't use a toggle. I would not recommend using toggles on bracelets, guys, because I have lost more bracelets, using toggles than anything else. And over the years, I have found maybe like 3 or 4 bracelets, like in parking lots and like the malls, streets, whatever. And guess what? They had toggles. So for bracelets, I don't. But the thing, when the rule of thumb when using a toggle for a necklace, make sure that the pendant is heavy, because that helps lock it in. Just make sure that it has weight. Because I've seen like real thin leather necklaces with pendants with like a toggle, on online, famous online stores. And, just for, I look at it, and then I look at the, before I even read the reviews, I see it's got like a 3-star, and then I know exactly why, because of the toggle. And people say, oh, it just fell off and I lost it and I don't know what happened to it. So anyway, be just real careful when you use like toggles. And let's see if there's anything else. Did I not cover anything? Oh my gosh. Oh, let's see. Let's zoom out here. Do you guys have any other suggestions of things that you could like put in? I'm really curious, like what you guys have made with these types of pendants. Like I know you could put Christmas ornaments. You could put like little, like, I don't know. Oh, 2 minutes. Oh, boy, I am doing good today. I thought I was going to run out of time for sure, but I think I like 2 minutes, guys, 2 minutes. And let's see, the end is, oh yes. Let's see, someone asked me about my necklace. Let me see if I can get this thing off so I can show you. Just 1 second. Oh my gosh. Oops. Okay, there we go. And let's find out what I did here. All right. Oh, you're so welcome, Gina. Oh, this thing is so tangled. Okay, here it is. This one is those little those kishi pearls, and I crocheted this one. And I love, do you guys do, all of you crochet? I know some of you have, oh, butterfly wings. Yes. Oh, Tess, that's such a good idea. Yes. So anyway, this necklace, I strung on all the beads. And then, let me tell you how long this one is. This one is, I guess when I double my necklaces, I go for the 36 inches because this, oh, guys, you know what? My time is up. I hope you enjoyed the show. I will see you guys next week. Bye.